Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Sulaiman Rahim here. Messing the covenant. Break up 7 seals. Fear. I can't speak about it enough. Because it's coming. It's coming fast. Things are moving fast. In many ways, the war has already broken out. It's just the main event hasn't taken place yet. Abomination of desolation is going on, but the main event because war has broke out in the Middle East, that's for sure. Right? And it's getting ever close, ever close to Iran. And that's it. That's the target. The target of Gog and Magog. Their doom. Read chapter 20, it says, they're coming to doom around the city of Jerusalem. Over that. But fear. What is fear, brothers and sisters? Fear is mental pain. It can be worse than pain. Fear can actually cause pain. But it's a mental pain. It can kill you. Take you into shock. Of course, you have a stroke. That's painful. Have heart attack. That's painful. But it stems from fear. It has a physical effect on you because your heart beats real. You can feel your heart beating in your chest. But nothing like what you're about to experience, because no one on this planet has ever experienced the fears come here, because it's unprecedented. And it's going to be epidemic of it. It's going to hit America like a thunderstorm. To be comprehensive, it's going to be epidemic. Heart attacks, strokes, and those will be the lucky ones that die from fear. They'll be the lucky ones. Epidemic of strokes, fear, paralysis, shock. You name it, brothers and sisters. It's going to grip you. It's going to grip everyone to some extent. People, because they don't know. There's no one that, well, we'll see. Listen to Farrakhan. I'm not sure how much I would get to him, because all that philosophy he's teaching, because you understand where he's coming from. You're going to understand in a minute. And when you realize, I don't think he's going to, He says he's on his deathbed. I warned you months ago. I said he was incapacitated. I told you before the news came out. It's right there. It's right there on my YouTube. I'll bring it up again. I said he'd been diagnosed Alzheimer's. He's on his way out. And you haven't heard from him since I posted that. You heard anything? Oh, but God told him don't speak. Well, if God told him don't speak, then why did he, Ishmael say that he was speaking for him for their so-called Savior? He says last Sunday, just what Farrakhan, I forgot how he's phrased it. He gave me the honor of giving this speech for him, giving this whatever. Well, I mean, I thought he was supposed to shut up. So how you shut up if you tell somebody to speak for you? Your words. It's all bullshit over there. I'm not going to that today, brothers and sisters, because things are moving fast. I'm going to talk about a couple of things here. I'm going to focus on a few things. But look at this. Men's hearts failing them for fear. Men's hearts failing, that's heart attacks, which means strokes, shock, paralysis, right? Suicide. You mentioned that one. Fear can induce suicide, especially among devils, because they're very quick, right, to commit suicide at the first sign of trouble. So you can have mass suicides. And where will they be when this happens? Because they're doing anticipation of something that they see. They're going to see something. And where? In heaven. But it can't be someplace beyond the sun, moon, and stars. It has to be someplace that they can actually see. So they're going to see event. Those things coming on the earth, but the powers of heaven be shaken. Whose power? Their power. They won't be upset about someone else's power, but their power. Their power in the heavens, their power in the Middle East is shaken. Their power in the Middle East is shaken. They said it was destroyed. He said, well, I didn't say destroyed. Because it will be destroyed, but see what they're telling you is that the first signs of it, because we know it actually ends up in destruction, their power is destroyed, broken, but it says it's shaken. That means that the first sign of it, they're going to be in fear. You got to read this backstory. That's why you have a comprehensive view of what's going on, because you know it ends up in their destruction, totally thrown out, because chapter that tells you the one in heaven, say thrown out. That's more than shaking. You shake something. Throwing something out, that's different from shaking it. So they're telling you that their heart's going to fail just in the shaking before they constantly throw it out. In other words, the war itself, the way the war is going before they kicked out, their hearts will be failing because they're losing their war. Because that's not supposed to happen. You understand? That's not supposed to happen. So their hearts can be feeling just from the prospect that they've been defeated. Remember, because if you read Exodus, it says there was a sign of war, but no victory or defeat. That means what was going on. But the way the war was going on, because remember that's when Suleiman comes to, or Joshua comes and gets rid of Pharaoh, right? There's war going on. So it says their hearts failing just because they see it's going badly before it even kicked out. That's why you got to read these things, where you pay attention. You got to study these things, but also connect the dots. If that's happening where the powers haven't just been shaken, because remember in the sixth seal it says there was a great shaking. And the shaking took place before the figs were thrown out. So it's telling you, before the America's kicked out, that's right there. It's not, that wasn't expected. It's going to be so dramatic. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's dramatic. Just the word, and when it goes on, they didn't expect this to happen. It's going to be something dramatic that's going to happen before America's actually thrown out. That's why you got to put these things together. Somebody said, well, man, you said you back Alzheimer's. If I had Alzheimer's, no way in the world I could do this, brothers and sisters. Because I have to keep all this in my mind. Cross-reference it. It makes sense. Because that right there was shaking. But then when you look at 16, it says, a great shaking occurred. And then you see that's when the figs are born. So the shaking takes place before they actually kicked out the war, when the war starts. So something, when they say war starting, something about it that it was unexpected. Just in the starting of the war. It's going to be unexpected to the extent that it's going to cause heart failing. So what do you think will happen when they actually get thrown out? And then that's still anticipation. It still hasn't come in yet. So their hearts are failing just in that situation. Just when they see, right, when the war is going on. No sign of victory or defeat. They haven't defeated yet. They're not victorious. So the war is going on. And that in itself, there's something about it that's going to cause people's hearts to fail. Something about that war is going to cause people's hearts to fail. And what, because America's winning? Something about it's going to cause people, so they're going to cause their hearts to fail. In anticipation. Where they're going to be? They'll be driving a school bus. They'll be flying a plane when they get the news. They see it. You see what I'm talking about, brothers and sisters? See, I told you, false Israel is writing the obituary, so is Gog and Magog. Because what they're doing right now, the consequence of that, and you say, oh, remember they had a big thing not so long ago about this pagers? All of a sudden, these pagers blew up all over the place and killing women and children. They didn't care. First, they could have blew up an airplane. They didn't know. So something's going to happen right there. Right? And of course, a big blow up in America, all kinds of, because isn't that the same thing almost? Because pages blew up and everybody's around and got, so here you are, you're driving, all of a sudden, bam, you get the news or whatever, and you driving or you flying a plane or you helicopter or you, whatever, you, right? And all of a sudden, and your heart fails. What happens to people? You're driving down the highway, and news boom. Then what happens? This is what you're going to see, brothers and sisters. It says unprecedented. You're going to see a strange thing in America, see things you never imagined. And this anticipation of what will happen once is here. And then shall they see the Son of Man come in cloud with great power and great glory. And then your redemption, that means the resurrection, draw nigh, because that's what happens once they're kicked out. That shows the pregnancy aspect, right? And then that's when they're delivered. That's what it's telling you, but you had to know how to read it. Well. Mr. Trump here, the Messiah, he's not going to save anything. He's not going to save himself. Check my sound here, brothers and sisters. You want fence? What happens to the people? He says he doesn't want war. No, he's going to bring the war on. Have you noticed? Nobody's listening to him. Nobody's backing down from his bluffing. They see his bluffing. Nobody's taking him serious. So you're about to take me serious. So that means he's losing control. Losing control of himself. Okay? Because he's a tough man, he got to be tough. So now he's got to, what did he just say? He says, he's in it with the Houthis. And these people, they don't take any crap. They ain't backing down at all. And he says, well, any attack by the Houthis, we consider attack from Iran. It ain't closing that bounces for you. That means there can be any money in now. Because the Houthis not backing down. So if you're going to attack Iran, right? They're moving against Iran. See, when in Daniel it says the king of the south moved against the king of the north. But in chapter 12 of the angel it says a war broke out in heaven and Michael's angel fought and the dragon fought back. So it's a little confusion there. Well, it's not confusion, but it's like, kind of open-ended there. Okay? Because it looks like in chapter 12, Iran, under Michael's authority, started the war. War broke out in heaven. Michael had some phase of it. Because the war broke out in heaven, we know that's also the abomination desolation. But at some point, it says he makes a move. Michael's angels make a move. And then they fight back. Right? But in Daniel, it says, and I'm not saying there's a contradiction here, it says the king of the south moved. It didn't say attacked him, it said moved. So if you look at it in a general sense, they are moving against Iran right now. It says the king of the south moved. They're moving against him right now. So if you look at that from that point of view, I think the best way to look at it is that they can make a move, right? And before they actually make their attack, because the moves they're making, Iran and the Shia anticipate, say, well, yeah, we can go in. They're moving against us, right? We ain't gonna wait for them to attack us like Saddam Hussein did. We go ahead and move. That's what it sounds like, right? See? So we're waiting for, it doesn't say that they would attack Iran. It says Michael's angels would, war broke out and they fought again and they fought back. So that means it looks like Michael's angels are going to actually, the main event, they're going to kick it off. But right now they're pushed against Iran. Keep that in mind. And again, once you understand the angel, you know, they don't have any power. Their power ended in 2019. Counterfeit power. Right? Another way to look at it is this. I don't want to go too much science here, bro, because I don't think anybody's. Anyway, it says, do double them and they done to you. Now, the fulcrum is right in the center. You can do them and they done to you, because remember, we're the consequence. If somebody does something to you, eye for eye, tooth for a tooth, the tooth for a tooth and eye for eye, that's a consequence. So there's no consequence for you being a consequence. You are a consequence. You're the balance for set this thing right. So long as you just set it right, then there's no consequence to you, because you are the consequence. So when they start losing power now, because if you go by that, they start losing. In other words, their power over you ended when you, at the point where you could do them as it did to you. Just that point, it ended. When was that? Mm-hmm. When was that? So that was during Elijah's time, but you didn't know it. Okay. And so Pharaoh kind of tricked you back out of it because you didn't know it. That's it. You got great substance. I told you you have great substance. If you have great substance, it means you don't have any power over you anymore. So maybe I shouldn't go into that too deeply, brothers and sisters. That's the problem you have right now. It's quality your mind, because it says, right? What did it say in Mark? There's no power over you anymore. You don't say that? You broke the chain, had no power over you no more. No one could control you. That power's been broken. You know, I talk about 20, no, I talk about as far as that 40 year. I'm talking about as far as that 40 year. But see, the power was broken before that. I'm talking about for the 40 years, that power officially ended over us. Put it this way, well, maybe I shouldn't have said that away, because the point is that we're supposed to stay in submission. So if we stay in submission longer than we need to, no, we're supposed to be in submission for the 40 years, right? So that could, but I don't want to go too deep into that, because I get into, like I was talking about the art of war. You see, waiting until you had your ratio. But the bottom line is, see, all that comes in, all that builds into there. But the problem is that it tells you right in Mark. That's why you can put these things together. I'm not going to go too deep in that. I'm going to get to the main point here. But it says they had no power over you. But you didn't know it. The power they have over you is the power you've given them. Because you was beating your own self. They wasn't beating you anymore. You was beating your own self. You had their mind, but they had no power. It says they had no power over you anymore. Nobody could control you. But if you went to war right at that point, you would be able to do double to them as done to you. So it means there was a period of time, right? They had to pass. You could move, what was that, 50 years ago? You right? Remember every 50 years? Because you start rising, you start building your own nation. See? I don't know if I meant to get into that, but it's just, I'm getting too deep into this, right? Because I don't think it's necessary to go. But right there, it tells you that. So that's what Pharaoh kind of teach you. No, don't go nowhere. Go on the devils, ain't devils, no one, everything else. They give you, right? Because I said they control you quality, not the quantity. That's the mind. He's trying to hold their mind. What do you think Scientology is? Scientology is Catholicism 1.0, or 2.0, however you want to say it. It's disguised. It's Scientology. They get a big cross right there. The whole thing, you got a confession, all that kind of stuff. He's worked for them to keep you under control. Same time, put that vision up. False Israel. Because they got nervous, they started realizing what's going on. So now the whole, see, so much going on right now. It's directed at you. All the nations are on board with this. They know what's going on. They know what's going on. They know who you are. You just don't know who you are. And they're all on board because everyone is going to attack you. You have to fight every one of them. You have to fight Esau, you have to fight Ishmael, you have to fight the goat, you have to fight the demons, you have to fight the devils, you have to fight all of them. Every one of them. They do not want you to rise. They realize they made a mistake. Right? Now it's time you rise. And they didn't agree with Dr. Shabazz. I'm going to talk about it in a minute. So now, and Suleiman has to lead that battle all the way. He has to first take out the demons. They have set you up so you can take out the devils, if that's possible for you. Then got to take out Ishmael, then the goat, so forth, so on. They don't have any power, counterfeit power. It tells you, Mark, they have no power. It tells you right there. They couldn't control them. Have no power. The power they had was your mind. And the point is, they were allowing you here. You was beating yourself. They wasn't even beating you anymore. You was beating yourself because you had their mind. Then Suleiman gives you their mind back. And also, oh, hell breaks loose then. Because they have no power over you. They don't have any power over you right now. Only quality power. Because you have their mind. And your nature is rebelling against it. Your nature is getting stronger. Elijah Muhammad boosted your nature. That's why I'm black and I'm proud. Your nature, he didn't boost you. Right? He gave you some stuff that Master Muhammad gave you, but that didn't change your mind. It just boosted your nature, gave you a nature boost. See? Then you have a lion acting like a, whatever you train them up, right? But you start giving other lions, you start seeing how they act and everything else, right? His nature starts building up, so it's conflict with that training. So later, one of them have to give. See? Because your nature, black folks start, your nature start conflicted. And as Christianity stop coming, a lot of black folks, they ain't on board with this message. They ain't on board with Islam or that, but they ain't on board with Christianity. The nature said, there's something wrong. What's going on, brothers and sisters? I'm getting this stuff I didn't mean to get into. I was destroyed. This was happening. Because they had 5 years of rule. That was a season. That season's over now. That means the wisdom of that season will not work. That's what's telling you here. Everything you do, everything you're applying is applying the knowledge and wisdom that they had that worked for them for 5 years in the winter season. And it won't work anymore because now we move to the spring and they will keep on working. Say, man, it worked for us before. We can threaten, we can do this. And that's part of their confusion. They can say be in derision. So they will be in derision. Why? Because nothing works. Nothing works. I mean, that worked before. How come it's not working now? See? Because before they have, hey, man, you make this move, make that move, man, and wow. Look how we got, man. We made this move, came over here, we tricked them. We brought black folks over here. And look, man, we got powerful. We are powerful, man. Look at this powerful kingdom we got here. Winter kingdom. And now spring come in, and you plan the same thing. It just doesn't work. Nothing works. That worked before. You know, that happened with the British. They give you a little example if you know a little history. The British was the Magog Empire. That was remember 2 horns on the ram? That was the first of Gog and Magog. And they lost power because I guess I don't want to go into get confused and everything, because they in that 500-year season, right? But they was the first power, right? They was the first of the two. They were Gog and Magog. They 500 years. They was the first empire. The empire collapsed about back in 40s, I guess. Was that 80 years, 90 years? Well, I say back 76, 80 years ago, I guess, 90 years ago. Back when World War II. Started collapsing by World War I. Right. Because they was using wisdom of the agricultural age. And when they moved to the industrial age, that didn't work anymore. Okay, they would take, and they had horse, cavalry. They have tanks and stuff like that. Remember that before they had cavalry, muskets and all that stuff, right? But when they moved to the industrial age, they would take and have machine guns, right? And they would have their cavalry charge against machine guns. This shit didn't work. They get wiped out. Because they was planning, it worked before, it won't work against machine guns. It won't work against artillery, right? It works against spears and other cavalry, but it won't against that. That's how the class failed. Because they was using old tactics that worked fine before, but now in industrial age, it didn't work. And America came on scene with industrial power, because that's when Britain started collapsing. It started collapsing, actually, when industrial age came in. How do you know that? Because in the so-called Revolutionary War, they started losing. They lost the colonies over here. They started losing one by one by one. By the time the Civil War came along, right? You see, they was in decline. Because industrial age came in and they couldn't adapt to industrial age. That's the basic idea behind the British Empire collapse. They couldn't adapt to the industrial age because all that tax and stuff was based on our cultural age. And America adopted industrial age, and they became the world power because they were adapted. That's just a little, try to give you some kind of idea of how that works. Because they didn't adapt. That's one of the reasons why it lost in Vietnam. Because America was using World War II tactics. Napoleon tactics, everybody getting in the line, they charge and that kind of stuff. Even in the industrial age, right? And the Vietnamese, that's what guerrilla warfare. America wasn't doing good. They didn't know about no guerrilla warfare. They thought that was dishonorable. You hide behind something and shoot. That's dishonorable. You'd stand, everybody stand like a man and charge. That was the idea. And that works if you got everybody else got the same idea. You just charge, okay, everybody. But if you on the side got machine guns, it was crazy. Like in World War II, the British, right? It says they would charge to get out there. It was charged and machine guns. And then the thing is, they said they would try to duck like a storm was coming after them. These bullets. It was weird. I mean, if you check it out, it's weird. The whole thing was weird. Because they would charge in the face of machine guns. That was stupid. But that worked before when you had machine guns. So they couldn't adapt to the fact they got machine guns now. And that's what happened in Vietnam because they did guerrilla warfare. And that's why he was kicking America's ass because, hey, man, they ain't honorable, man. They hide behind rocks, they hide behind this, they ambushing all kind of stuff. Then America finally adapted. So that's what now they do guerrilla warfare. That's what they got from the Vietnamese and China. But see, the warfare is coming. I told you it's mental, partly. And the other thing, if physical weapons are needed, when you go to tribulation, if those that go to tribulation, if needed, the master from will supply with. Because there's a passage talk about there will be weapons, but I'm not going to that right now, brothers and sisters. But if there's a requirement for you, because they'll be physical, if you need it, then he will supply them for you. This is a war like they've never seen before. They're unprecedented. They can't adapt because the warfare that's going to be applied to them is beyond their comprehension. They won't understand it. Like they don't understand injury right now. Okay, put it this way. It says 1,000 would flee from one. Okay, if you are the consequence, there's no weapon will prevail against you. Then they come out all their weapons, and nothing seems to be working. They said, man, hold on, man, the machine gun, how come it stop working? See, because, hey, man, because they got all this power, but it's not working. That's what it's telling you. Let me go to the next one. Maybe you understand. I don't know if you understand that. See? But it's written, it's true. Oh, let me go to the next one here. See, everything's going to be, woe to you long for the day of the Lord. For, what will the day of the Lord be? In other words, it's opposite of what you expect. Everything's going to be the opposite of what you expect. And they say, wait a minute, it backfire. It's like this. Look at this. It would be like a man who flees from a lion or an encounter person. Nothing but bad luck. They're going to experience bad luck to the extreme. They never experienced that. Because remember, for 5 years, how do you adapt to that? They can't. America and the Europeans will be fighting consequence. You never had a war like that. They're fighting consequence. You understand what I'm saying? They're fighting consequence. You cannot win. You cannot defeat consequence. They're fighting consequence, or your wisdom will fail. Because your wisdom is an action that's designed to get a reaction. But it's not getting a reaction. You understand what I'm saying? Say, wait, we're not getting that reaction. We shoot, but it's not happening. We dropped the bomb, nothing happened. Couldn't have a good reaction. And they didn't understand that because they fight consequence. That wisdom, all wisdom will not work. Because wisdom is the guy to give you a reaction, and they're not going to get a reaction. Because we're the consequence. They're fighting consequence. If you understand that, hold on, brothers. I got something. Hold on a minute. See, brothers and sisters, the worst war, the ultimate weapon is not atomic bombs. Ultimate weapon is consequence. You cannot defeat consequence. It's impossible. That's the ultimate weapon. And that's what's going, that's what they're going to unleash on them. We didn't have to drop a atomic bomb on them. That's why it was dammed up. All this was planned by by Shabbat. They dammed up. So you got the worst, you got the most powerful bomb in existence, which is consequence, and you're it. That's why no weapon form will prevail against you. See? Because they're fighting consequence, the ultimate weapon. And that's what you was doing by submitting. You was building the ultimate weapon, consequence. More powerful than any atomic bomb, anything, consequence. And they cannot, wisdom cannot prevail. Nothing can prevail against it. Nothing can prevail against consequence. It's impossible. Every action has opposite equal reaction. Nothing can prevail against to this shit. Gotta repent. Nothing prevail against consequence. Nothing. Zero. Impossible. That's you got. The only problem is how you use it. Are you going to take it? And if you, okay, let me put it this way. Well, you build that weapon by submitting, not retaliating. You build that weapon. You build it very strong. It's 500 years strong. It's like a dam. You take a little stream. It's a little stream. And you build it. You dam it up. Stay there for 1 year, man. Now you got a little pond. 2 years, you got a lake. 3 years, right? See what I'm saying? The longer you, after a while, man, you got an ocean. Because you dam it up, it's going to keep building up, building. You turn this off, brother, because I don't know. I shouldn't have any problem. Shouldn't have any sound problems here. You understand? The more you dam it up, more powerful. That was all about. Okay, the longer you dam it up, the bigger the explosion. Understand? That's what's happening. So you, for 5 years, you build all that they done to you, you build it up. Now say, for instance, you say, okay, you're going to, after you build a fire, you're going to, okay, now you're going to ignite it. That's what's about to happen. Master Muhammad's going to, right? Set the stage, you're going to ignite it. Because now you got it. It says, doing them, means you start doing to them. That means now you're employing the consequence. You're igniting the bomb. Doing them double as they've done to you. Then that's me. You're exploding that bomb. But if you say, oh, I ain't going to do it right now. See, that's what Farrakhan, oh no, we can't do them as they've done to us. So you can hold the bomb back longer. We held it 500 years. Now it's powerful. Super powerful now. But you said, hold it back longer. I said, I'm not going to do it at all. It's going to break, but so you give them more time to do what they're doing. So you control the quality of you control what's going to be ignited. Master Muhammad's going to force because remember, the man was beating himself. Master Muhammad's going to take and force your hand. Right? Bring this reality to an end. And that's when, bam, that bomb, you explode that bomb. So if I could tell you, we can't do them as he did to us. hold that bomb back. You understand more? See? And you got, how you going to direct that bomb? Remember, you still control the quality of it. You can just, destroy the country and imprison all of them and beat them for 100 years or whatever. See, remember, you just go into our quality. Or, in other words, they punch you in the face. Right? So they punch you in the face every day for a year. So now you can punch them in the face 365 times in one day. Or you can say, well, I'm punching in the face every week for 365 weeks. See what I'm saying? So you spread out so they can survive it. It's up to you how you're going to explode that bomb. And we said, no, you're going to explode that bomb and wipe all out. That's the way it's going to be. That's the command. So do it double has done to you. See, I'm trying to get you to understand, appreciate what the hell is happening here. And how you being played. Oh, they ain't devils anymore. Forgive them. We friends. Don't, because up to you. Just blow that bomb, or you can take it, let it out easy. The dam, instead of letting the dam break, just start letting the water come out. Maybe let it come out really. Remember, it took it 5 years to dam it up. So he said, okay, well, put a little force in there and let the water start coming out easy for 5 years so you don't get the explosion. Mm-hmm. And so we already decided how it's going to be. Problem is, we got some issues here, and some people had to move out of the way. Because we want to eradicate them all together. We want to give more time, or stretch the time out, or there's reasons. Okay, they can do damage. Can't do any damage to us. They can do damage to the planet and everything else. But they would. They know they're being destroyed. It's no story to get. I don't get too deep in this balance. This is probably just explains more stuff. Well, I don't know. Let's look at this, for instance. Now, this graphic, I don't know this. Hopefully not. But see here. You got this personal trainer. He's telling this guy, man, no, you lift this up here, but you got to lift it all the way up. So I can't lift no higher than that. You got to lift all the way up because see this big wave right here, it's about to come down. This wave's about to come down, man, and you got to be able to lift this up in order to survive that when it comes down. Oh, I mean, I can't lift it. Well, hey, I can't lift no higher than that. Okay, I'm telling you, you got to lift this high. You got to be able to lift this much in order to handle this pressures come down. You understand? But I can't do but this much. Okay, then what happens? He's crushed. Okay. So he went to. He said, "That's how much you have to. That's how much you have. In other words, to deal with the pressure you have to deal with, and that gets back into. If I can explain this." You go into the angel. It says, "No hearing her but harm." But harm by who? No weapon that divides will prevail against you. It didn't say the snow wouldn't bother you. It says no weapon prevail. It means you'll hear harm. Who will be doing that? It means the devils. See, I don't explain everything. It means they will have no power over you because you can do double them. But you still be dealing with the pressure of the tribulation. Remember, the angel is designed because the pressure is increasing on the planet, and you have to be ready for the next level. The pressure is building up. The angel tells you the mind, the need you have to deal with that new season coming in. The pressures of that season. I told you, the mind is pressure. Mind, energy times discipline equals, and the angel is your mind. How much pressure can your mind take? And that means you have to lift that. That's how much it tells you. It's designed for you to be dealing with the pressure so you can be successful on that pressure level where the devils can't handle that. Even if they wanted to, you couldn't. Even they can't get the angel. They can't lift that much. You don't understand that. You just don't understand that. And that's you're gonna pay the price for it. You just don't understand it. I got a camera problem again here. Just to understand it. Season coming in, I tell you, approximately 50 years, the pressure increases. So the devil's crushed it. The whole system is crumbling under that pressure. Master Muhammad is affecting the quality of it by taking out the quality of it. We can't affect the quantity of it. Pressure increasing. He's saying the quality of it. Like heart concept, there was a quality of pressure that caused us to transform. So we direct the quality how that pressure is going to be. We'd rather have a gold mine in a shit farm, $1 million. You understand? I keep saying that. $1 million shit farm is a $1 million gold mine. You guys both worth $1 million, but you may be locked in only getting one or the other. So the thing is, he's changing the quality of it. Why? To help you make that transformation while you're still here, because you have your transformation has been completed. Because we made transformation through the Holocaust, but you haven't made you haven't made that transformation to the angel. Because that's the level you need to be to make it hereafter, to be successful in hereafter. Or you'll be crushed by it. If you're crushed by it, it means you're an animal. See, we got all the animals crushed mentally. We have them all crushed mentally, saying subordinate to us. I don't know if you understand this or not. That's why you got to go through it here. Tribulation. Because your mind is still Bible mind. You got to transform to the angel. Otherwise, you can't make it out. If you even make it out here, you're going to be an animal where you get, because your mind is not going to handle the pressures of the new world is coming in. It's not going to handle it. I don't care what you do. It's like I show you, it won't be able to handle it. I don't care, your friend, sister, brother, uncle, mama, whatever, it ain't going to be able to handle it. Because there's a whole new world coming in, a whole new society, whole technology, everything. And you won't be able to handle it. Unless you got, that's the level you need to be on to get in. But then you still have to increase once you get there. Because we're going to have to constantly keep increasing, because the pressure keeps building, and you got to be able to handle the pressure mentally, and the pressure, so you have to keep on upgrading to stay viable. There's just no two ways about it. A little background here. See, Dr. Shabazz, all the scientists, they got together, and Elijah Muhammad taught about this, and then they knew about energy deprivation and how to deal with it. So Dr. Shabazz, very, very wise, because most of their idea was how to avoid it. He said, no, take it straight on, because he understood that we took it straight on, and we was restricted pressure, like I tell you, in a restricted environment, that would be transformed from angels to gods. He was a god who would transform us. The whole Shabbat tribe was made of angels and gods. So he said, we'll take this opportunity to transform his whole tribe into gods. They didn't see that. Now, he might have even told them that. He might have said, I'll keep that to myself. The bottom line is, they had other different ideas to avoid it. So some of them came over here, Native Americans, so-called Native Americans, they came over here. According to Master Muhammad, some went to Mars, right? So forth and so on. Everybody had a different plan on how to deal with it. He said, no, what we're going to do is make us as tough as possible, and then we're going to put ourselves right in the center of it. Because then it's restricted. We had no place to go. That pressure would transform us to gods. There's some Levite kings that said, hey, man. So he must have talked about it because they must have some idea what was going on. I said, we're going to go with you because, hell, if you make it through this thing, man, you're going to be on top of everything. We want to be part of that. So some Levites joined doing to us. One body. Now I try to explain to you how all the animals and everything, the bees came out of us. So all the things they do, we had to do ourselves. But now they do it. The bees produce honey, the trees produce oxygen, right, and so forth. So now we don't have to do that anymore. So we turn those genes off. Still had the capability, just turns off. So when the Levites came on, I said, okay, you be part of our body. So we upgrade to brain cells that you handle the organs. The body. So we're not going to handle them. We'll let you handle that part, right? If we handle this part. All that stuff is in the ark. I said, this books go far beyond what I've been telling you because I said I can't teach you calculus because you can't do it as subtraction yet. It's right there. You be a part of God's body. Because you be gods too. You just be lower gods, but you be gods. You're a different level of gods. But you be part of God's body. We're not going to have angels anymore. We have servants. I explained that. Right? And so when they came over, remember, Esau, he's a god. And he had kings under him because they were a body. They were a body. And tribes, that was a tribe, that was a body, Different bodies, tribes and different bodies. Not our 12 tribes, what tribe is part of our, they say, but those different bodies. It's like the Europeans had different bodies. That's why it says in the Quran, it says, mankind is a single nation, they're a single body. They're part of our body. Text right there in the Quran. So okay, we'll do it that way then. So then, the one that controls the organs, that's a king level. Okay? Because when you have the organs, if you understand how organs work, brain transmit, it sees everything. It knows, okay, the body, it tells the body what needs to be done because they can't see anything. Can't say anything, so it relies on the brain to see there's danger or whatever you need to be doing and transmit that to say, okay, this is what y'all need to do so we can, because we all work together, so we can deal with the situation. Okay? So the brain transmits to the nervous system, that's the God. controls the body, and it takes the nervous system, transfer the information to organs, but to the king or the queen of the organs. I'm saying king. I'm saying king because that gets more complicated about the male-female relationship. Because actually, they're actually one. But I don't want to get this thing too confused here. So a community. Now that, remember, because you get that one impulse, the brain doesn't send an impulse for a lung, a heart. Because you can't control your heart and lung independently. It sends an impulse. That the nervous system gets, right? And then it transmits to the heart, and the heart gets that. And it's okay. It translates information to what the heart needs to do. The lung does the same thing. So they're kings. So they have to translate it. So, because I mean, the brain it don't send a signal for a heart. No, it says one signal. Maybe danger or whatever, and it says okay. You understand what I'm saying? So once Dr. Boz, they grafted in, and that's where it's going to be. Then we had Levite kings that came over. They wanted to be part of it, right? So okay, and they brought their people, their organs with them, so to speak. Right? They bring all, because I mean, some of them was like, some of them stayed with Esau. Some of just, they said, okay, this group, we're going to go over with Dr. Boz. Right? So remember, a foot cell doesn't become a head cell. And the king, that means they're conduit. That means that's their nature, they're conduit. They always be kings and queens. Foot cell is going to be a foot cell. If it generates, still going to be a foot cell. Just be an upgraded one. Right? These are the kings that came over. So, okay, now, everything was explained. We're going to go through, and so, all this was explained. Dr. Shabai explained all this to this body. Or explained to the females, this is what you're going to have to go through. And they say, okay, we're on board as long as you take, right? Restore our dignity. And we get our revenge for what they going to do to us, because we knew they was going to be suffering more than anybody. But we didn't tell them they had to. They said, okay, we're going along this process. Everybody agreed to go. It's not a democracy, but we had to have everybody agree to this process, because we couldn't have everybody dissatisfied, because then they wouldn't do it. Then it'd be too late. We'd get the hard cause and everybody say, hey, man, boom. So we did it for nothing. Everybody was on board. Everybody's 100%. Okay. They said, because he explained this, what the outcome would be, right? And I mean, when you think about it mathematically, Dr. Shabai said, are we going to suffer anyway. No matter if you go to Mars, wherever, you're still going to suffer, because that's an energy deprivation. But the point is, we're going to take the suffering, we're going to use mathematics so we can benefit from it. We're going to cut, so the pressure, we're going to take the pressure, we're going to focus it, right? So of course that's transformation. Otherwise they took, I'm going to run, I'm going to do this. They still suffer the same amount of pressure we did, just a different way. But we use it to take and improve ourselves. And women, okay, you come out of this, you be equal to the man. That's what it says right there in the scripture. Be equal. If you come out, you ain't gonna be secondary, citizen, you can be equal. You're doing this process, so you can be equal. That's what it says right there in the Bible. Okay, everybody's on board. Right? They tell everybody, okay, now, remember the scientists, they write the scripture, right? Show you how it has done. Okay, everybody says, now you're going to be given this information so you know what to do when time comes. Okay? So, the angel, at the time, so, right? So the high priest, you know what to do. Your kings would know what to do. Everybody would know what to do. Information. When time comes after, you understand, brothers and sisters? So everybody had a mission, a job to do for the body. So how we know what to do? Okay, you can make the scriptures be there. Scripture be there for you to know what you need to do to get. And then we had a problem. Dr. Boz did what he's supposed to do. The science did what they're supposed to do. Use the scripture, put everything in place. Okay? And apparently, some people went true to their word. Because the kings that was there, the same kings are here now. Remember, become something else. Put cell and become a head cell. So if you're the king, you're the king then, you're the conduit then, you're the king now. If you was the high priest then, you're the high priest now. That's what it says. Melchizedek, he said, you'll be a priest forever. But you had to be resurrected from what you was before, because after the order said, you'll be a priest after the order, Melchizedek. So you was Melchizedek before, now you call it Christ. But you're the same person. You can't have two of them. So if he's going to be forever, that means he got to be the same one as the first one, Melchizedek. He's resurrected now, so now he got the name of the Christ. Everybody's in place. And then we understood, I don't want to go into detail here, but we understood that there was going to be a dramatic change because we couldn't let Adam move another 6,000 years. That there's too much. So that's where my father come in. He's a scientist. Okay. You have to take and produce a hybrid son that would have power during that time, but we wouldn't have it because we still Lamborghinis, and we still going to suffer a degree deprivation. But you're going to take this, you're going to put a Lamborghini into a Volkswagen Beetle. So got all this power, but they don't need that much. So it's powerful. So that would be the nervous system to keep everything under control for the next 6,000 years. I don't know if I'm losing you or not. But everybody has to do their job. Make this thing work. See? And then we get down to it until there was a question about the Levite kings. Question. You see it in Daniel, and you see it in Daniel, it's like they didn't do anything. So it keeps talking about, man, if they don't do anything, we're going to be able to replace. Cut down and somebody else. We resurrect another person to that. It has to be a heart cell or a lung cell, but they're close. But you have to, upgrade them and take that place. That's the problem. Okay? So for whatever reason, because like I say, this thing here, you gotta this how much you can't say, okay, I'm just gonna do as much. It says if you can't lift that much, you're not gonna survive that pressure, that plate that comes down. You gotta have as much as you need. And so somehow they fail. They're failing. Hold on, brothers and sisters. I got I'll be back in a second. So the bottom line is, the scripture is for that body and for the different, because the angel, right, like I said, different perspectives. Right, you got Daniel there, angel. So everybody's having different perspectives, but you still got to have the angel. And then you got to have the books that says specific organs. Okay, you need this particular, this organ, this particular organ, right? And so the books, so that's why it was set up that way. So when time comes, everybody will get the information they need, the scripture they need, the mind they need. Remember, the angel covers the whole thing, but it's the part you focus on. Because I don't want to get too deep in this, brothers and sisters, but the point is, if you look at our genes, even your heart gene, your lung gene, all those genes are identical. One thing is some have more emphasis than others, so the heart brain gene is more. No, I don't want to go into anyway, that's what, well, I'm getting the stem cells. I don't want to get into all that kind of stuff. But the point is that all your genetic, I put it this simply, all your genetic material is the same. There's different perspectives. So the genetic material that you have in your hands, right? Same genetic material you have in your brain is just it's oriented towards what hands do, what brains do, what feet do. And that's what the angel is. So you have to have the angel. Right? But if you deal with the organs, it has to have taken focus on that particular function. We don't just want to have the brain, we have to have different aspects of the body. So we have the female and the male perspective. I leave a deal on that, brothers and sisters. That's the problem. Now, the thing is that we know we got a problem in general because for 500 years, right, we've been under devil's rule. We've been, and like it's been in the womb. They've done everything for us. We had to think anything. So like I said, your entropy, if you don't use it, you lose it. So it lost the ability to think, the ability to be independent. But some of us probably didn't regain that. Or we still so used to devils get everything, give us money, right? Welfare, jobs, right? We're doing all this stuff for us, electricity. And that's what Farrakhan was. Hey man, we got it, they got it. Then you and I do it for yourself. So you're in the womb, you're comfortable there. So you're in the womb, somebody holler, hey man, it's bad out here. You ain't hear none of that. Because you comfortable in that womb, man. And so you ain't gonna relate to any of that. So Suleiman got to holler all he wants, tell everything you want to, man. And that's why the shock is gonna be so great when Master Muhammad snatch you out of that womb. Right? Because you bring all this down, all of a sudden, bam. It's going to be more traumatic for some people because if you was paying attention when you came out right, then you'd be ready for it. But if you just sit laid back and just, hey man, enjoy it, then it's going to be a rude awakening. It's going to be a shock. It's going to be traumatic. It's going to be stroke time. Okay? Because devils ain't stupid. It tells you this, says they ain't stupid. Just because their wisdom don't work, that means they're stupid. See, the females, like I said, they graft in Shabazz. To me, it doesn't matter. They say our nation. But now they're using them to destroy our nation. How's that? Because the same thing I just got mentioned. They ran the man out and put the son, and a woman cannot raise a son. She can try. She might put some strength, but she cannot raise them. She can't. It's impossible. I got experience in my own family. So the sons are worthless. You see, look at the epidemic out there. When I was growing up, black, I mean, they were still dumb and ignorant, right? But they wasn't like these weak ones now, man. I mean, these are, they don't want to do anything. They want to stay home. That wasn't happening back in the 60s. Because first of all, Dad, he kick your ass out of here. What the hell you mean? You better get your ass out of here. But Dad ain't there anymore. So Mom thinks she take care of them. And she's trying to protect them. And you protect them from what the world out there is. Say, for instance, you're on the North Pole. And mother, man, don't let the kids go outside, man. They're going to get cold out there. It's cold, so you keep them in the warm. They never be out in the cold. Then one day you die, you ain't there no more, and they got to go out in the cold. They get eaten by a polar bear. They just freeze to death because they have no idea what's out there. They ain't ready for it. And that's why these boys ain't ready for it. Because they get out there, Mom been taking care of them, feeding them and everything else. And then they get out there and they got to take care of it, and they can't do it. I got problems. In my own family, I got that going on. So I was married to a demon. They can't do anything. Because they want somebody to take care of them. Because they're used to that. I ain't had that. I haven't had either. So that's what's happening. This is me, well, but they don't know. So now they're using them to destroy the nation, destroy our men. Before they say our nation, but the devil's doing it purposely. And these brothers ain't helping because, like I said, they second generation, the same nonsense. They're as bad as the sons are. And so another aspect of this is that you take and make decisions based on your current situation. So I said, hurricane is coming. And you sitting back when you watch NFL, and you make a decision based on, hey man, the fireplace is on, man. I got my beer. I'm watching NFL. Because you can't put yourself in a position what it'd be like when a hurricane hit. You make your decision based on how you feel right now. Now, you may understand that, but you do that. Most people do that. I learned about that a long time ago. I figured out and I said, hey, no. Because you make a decision, hey, I'm good now. And then when the hurricane comes, it tear your ass up. That's part of the problem with maybe some of these kings. Because they can't put themselves in a position. Either they don't believe it, or the agents, right? Or they're comfortable where they are, and they make decisions based on that. Because they can't put themselves in a position like, hey, man, the thing, burn up, man. Let me start. Because what the point is, they ain't step up. And those are some of the reasons why that happens. If I did that, I wouldn't even come in with an angel. I was mellow. Living in a mansion, mini mansion, plenty of money, have my own business. I looked at this and said, got the gist of it. Like I said, I can't tell exactly unless you experience it. I knew hell was coming. I knew this wasn't going to last. I won't be sitting around here sitting in that mansion when hell comes and burn it up. And there's near me. So they made no sense. So now the body needs them and they ain't there. They can't translate. They don't know how to translate that information to the organs. And I'm not going to step down and do it. I couldn't do it anyway. Well, I could get people to a tribulation, but they'd still be Frankenstein. Because the brain does not deal with the heart still directly. It doesn't do it. It takes through the nervous system. It doesn't know how to do it. That's why it has to get through the nervous system It has to give it to the king, right? The conduit, and then it. Yeah, I do get him through there, but then it's still ain't Frankenstein. So on the alternative is get rid of them. Right? And find a replacement. Because we're not stupid. We have a conduit, right? That conduit is just not one person. It's a primary, but it got secondaries. Because that conduit is just one person. We stuck. And one person stopped, then the heart stops, the whole body stops. We're stupid. So we had to find out conduit. Right? It won't be as effective as the primary, but it'll be effective enough to keep the heart moving, get the job done. So that has to happen. You have to cut it down. And then you have to get rid of that primary, because if you don't get rid of that primary, once you get home, right, that primary, remember, it's more powerful than the other one. Now he's going to take charge. Now you got to fight, but he don't deserve it because he wasn't there to do a job when it was necessary. So you got to eradicate them all together. That's why I say you got to cut that tree down and burn it up. It would be the primary when it got there. I'm trying to get you to understand how these things work, brothers and sisters. That's where we are right now. That's where we are. It's not about friendship. It's about getting this job done, getting out, because this process started, Dr. Smart started, right? Like I said, I got it. I wasn't expecting it. Don't even want it. It has to be done. It's our nation. They depend on me. It definitely have to keep the word. We gave word to our sisters, and I'm not going to let that pass. There it is. 100%. Okay. Those kings get that word too, and now they fail. Yeah. I can't lift it. Well, no, you got to lift it all the way. Lift this much. Well, that's not enough. You have to step up 100%, not 95%, not 93, not 99.9, 100%. Because I got to have that ready for action. Because our bodies, at that point, our bodies will be the most intense pressure ever been. We're attacking everything else. Obviously, they didn't. It's Levites again, right? They didn't get a word. They get a word. They didn't do it. They failed in the whole body. And the point is, the scripture would not. That's why he used the word worthy when it comes to the Lamb. He didn't have to do it. He's worthy because he went and did it. He accomplished it. So they had the ability to do it. They just didn't do it. They wouldn't give you scripture. They wouldn't give hearts, foot cell scripture for heart cell because it couldn't accomplish it. It'd be impossible. That'd be insane. I mean, you try to do something they can't do. So they had the ability to do it. That scripture is designed specifically for them. Specifically for them. They didn't do it. Because they was given help. Which I ain't all excited about that because they shouldn't have to be given help. But it was. It makes it even worse. Because I didn't get any help. None. Zero. If I look on my shows and nobody told me I had to do this, nobody's saying, if I don't stop doing it, who's going to say something to me? Who's going to say something to me if I stop? So I'm going to take me a break. I'm going to make some money, man. Help with this. %. That's what the body needs. I keep saying it's like Son of man is like that brain cell trying to get that body moving. See? And now I really resent even have to go to this level. Because if they did their job, they'd be talking about this. They would understand this. You shouldn't have to go to this level. You shouldn't have to go and find someone else to do. But that's what happened. They're going to be inside the NOI. So I got to identify them. Right? And to get them a quick. I can't spend 3 and 4 years with them. Best you have to give them enough they can work with, and they're going to have to, because I can't. Right? It says he gave him his mind back, and said he gave him their mind back. How long does that take? I gave him the basic. Because it means they got the basic, and they still got to go to the tribulation, develop it. I gave them the basic. They got to develop it, and everybody else had to develop it. They had to get everybody else to develop it. Get the heart moving. Lung moving. Get that body through. And that's what I'm saying. You got the 5 pillars, the angel, and the consequence. The consequence is dealing directly with the devil's dealing with them. They ain't going to harm you. No weapon they fashion, but you still experience the pressures of being in the tribulation. They won't be able to do anything to you, but you better handle the pressures of it. I don't think I made that clear enough before. You still got to deal with the pressures of it. The devil's got to deal with it too. You deal with the quality of it, the consequence, with the pressures of it, right? That's coming, it's not a weapon from them. That's the pressures of tribulation, all the stuff that's going on and everything else. And you got to have a mind to deal with that. Otherwise, they won't be able to do anything to you. You can hurt them and everything else, but you're still going to get crushed mentally from all the stuff you see. You're going to be able to handle it. I don't know if you understand now or not. You got to upload it. You got to activate it. There's no other way around it. Because if you do make it out, there was 2 groups that made out. One everlasting life, one everlasting shame and atonement. So they got through it. But everlasting shame and atonement, that's an ape, monkey, somebody in the zoo laughing at him. When you're appalled at something, shame, everlasting shame and atonement. You'll be ashamed because you ain't gonna be able to keep up with everybody else. You're stupid. That's the class you're gonna fall into. Everlasting, because you just can't deal with it. Gorilla don't know shame because it's a gorilla. It's out of. But what if you human form look at everybody else, but you damn ape? You don't know anything. You see people. What you see people around here that's what, mentally impaired? And you look at them, man, look at you. You might not say anything, but you're gonna be bothered with them. And they can't keep it. They can't do anything unless you do it for them. So unless you do it for them, they stop. They're homeless, whatever. Nobody's gonna be doing that for you. That's why he says he gave you that ladder. He says, who set that ladder up? Master of the covenant set up, and you got to climb that ladder. That's how you get to heaven. You got to climb that ladder, and the ladder is what the angel. I mean, how clear can it be? So and you can't. And it says no scripture says if you come any other kind of way, you'll be accursed. I should have put that scripture there. You try to come any other kind of way, that's the only way you can get there. Get there. I think I'm gonna leave it there, bro. Since I don't know, but that's where we are right now. They're specifically direct to the NOI, because they're going to be this. You see what they're saying? I think if you understand English, you just so well. whether if who's attacked, that's the same to him as Iran attacks. That means they say we ain't back on. So any day now, if they ain't doing it right now, and that's it. Everything falls apart after that point. It means the nature of Islam. That's the point. When that war's going on, remember that while the war's going on, I just talk about that, right? So they come to. It tells you two ways. It tells you two ways, right? It tells you Mark says they saw him from afar, based on their nature. They had in mind they came. But also tell you the same thing in Exodus, don't it? It says Moses says, remember that's 4 winds, right? He says, those with the Lord. Come with me. So that's another way to tell you they came to him. You didn't have to go to them, they came to him. Those with the Lord, come to me. So they come to him. And they come in. They're going to have leaders that will get them through. And the ones they have is not working, so that had to be replaced. There's no other way around it. The proof is you have the angel. You have those books. You gotta have those books. That books tell you how to translate information. That's why it's different. If you don't have that, you got the general angel, then you got the Pacific. Why that's the angel too. Get those heart cells working. Lung cells working. If they don't work, then you die with them, don't you? That's why by the elector's taken out, and someone's taken out the lamb. Make sure his body's reserved, because if they don't make it, Levites don't make it, right? Then we got to take that body, and now it's got to reform itself, right? Of all those functions. We're not going to let ourselves be destroyed because they're destroying themselves. Remember, they was grafted in. That wasn't the original design. The original design was the angel body. I mean, the Shabbat's body. They was going to have all those functions. It's okay, if you want to come in, we'll let you handle those functions. We just concentrate totally on the brain cell. We remember that those genes are still there. You can cut them off, turn them on, cut them off. So if they don't make it, then we just have to restructure ourselves. Still be gods. And just some of us had to be God brain cells. I mean, God heart cells. Just like, the Levites, they're going to be gods too. What we have to do is be totally Shabbos. And that's why I separate out and make sure this body is not destroyed because of some bullshit. We gave them opportunity to be part of this. They said yes, they want it. And now when she hits the fan, and they don't do anything. If one just tell me outright lies. It's not a game. I keep telling people. They say, oh man, he's a nice guy with it. No, I'm not a nice guy. I'm a mathematical guy, and that's what we were dealing with it. Even that fool Sunday says, God speaking, he had to think on a different plane than we think. You don't think like I think. No, he don't. If you ain't thinking mathematically. I can tell people you don't know me. I'm trying to get a message across. It ain't about my personality, because you know my personality anyway. It's about getting this message across, getting this. That's my job. Get people home. That's what Joshua's job is. So Levites don't make it. Then I got you. I know Shabbat's gonna make it, but they go out. They go out with the lamb. They're gonna make so with the body's gonna make it. Will the grafted part make it? It's up to them. Don't need them. If you look at the ark, all you need is the analytical and the spatial. The two. The mass promise level and the high priest level. That's all you need. And they can't say when they were warned. And I keep saying, no one told me how to do this. I stepped up and had to figure it out. No one holding my hand. I'm not going to hold your hand. I told you more information should told you anyway, because you should be figured this out. That's all. You're God, you're a king, you're supposed to handle this on your own. You got the information, you're supposed to, hey man, I'm a king, I got to look at my people, let me get on top of this, get into this, get this thing done. That's the attitude. You didn't have the attitude, because if you did, you would have had it done by now. You know it. Back and forth. You would say, hey, push me, Bill. You be pulling up, say, man, jump in, bro. I got it. Instead of, man, can you push me some more? He's saying this ain't a game. It's not a game. Whose lives are at stake here? Our nation. This will last forever. How you fit in it? I explained not too long ago. I says, all the people on the planet right now is Abraham's seed. Yeah, well, that's true. That's why you got that thing in Jesus said, you said, no, you're not Abraham's seed. Now you said, you're Abraham's seed. So wait a minute, is he dyslexic or something? Because he said, no, your father's the devil. Because Ishmael, all of them. He said all of them is from Abraham. It's just there. But like I said, all the beasts and everything on the planet come from original people. So you say, how many people was alive when Abraham was around? Billions of people? But everybody would have their seed gone. Don't exist anymore. Only Abraham's seed. Same thing, only the people's seed that's in the Lamb Books of Life, in the ark, that seed is going to move in the future. So if you don't make it, you'll see you cut your own seed off. You did it yourself. I keep telling people, the chastisement you get is self-imposed. There's a consequence. If I take and beat you, unless it's a consequence, I'm going to bring evil to myself. So if you destroy it, that means you did it to yourself. But you do it to yourself. You're the result. You're the consequence. You are living the consequence of your decision, what you've been doing. So if you destroy it, if you don't make it, that's because of you. Not because I told you. When you look at God, the essence is consequence. So if that happens to you, you destroy yourself, your seed, you did yourself. So, oh, the seed, yeah, well, you are your seed. That's how you take 4 birds to decline you. That's how you keep regenerating. So it put into your generation, you have to put into your seed. Don't want to see you no more. You did it yourself. Like all the people that was with Abraham that was alive then. They're not around anymore. Why? Because they did themselves. There's politics and everything. They're not around anymore. They cannot come back. They cannot be regenerated because they have to have the 4 birds to work with. They can't be regenerated. I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. Let me look at a couple of things here. And like I said, I didn't break all this down totally. I just gave the basic parts. The brain, his nervous system, his nerves, and they're right. And they send impulse to the God that passed that information into the heart and say, okay, you speed up and you slow down, calm down. You do lungs, but we got to run. You got, The way it works. And up here, I told you, it's much more to this angel than you don't know about, because you never pay attention to this here. What? These eyes up here, right? Remember? Like the eyes, also ears in this position. Here's the brain. And Suleiman is also the sun, which transmits. All the processes. It says what? It says, Master from me, ruler nations. What? That's the nervous system. It's all here, brothers and sisters. I mean, I can break all this stuff down, but I just want to get the basics. No, we came here, we all spirit. Well, I ain't spelled out right. Spelled right either, anyway. See, originally, right? That's what Dr. Shabazz envisioned, just Shabazz. But then we brought the Levites in. They wanted to be part of it. We brought them in. We don't need them. We just need this top part right here. They're the kings. I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. The Bible reads a story about the talents. And one guy, he said, "Amen." He got talent. He was a king. He didn't do a damn thing. So it tells you, gives you insight of the God or the high priest, whatever. Their response to that response wasn't good. The response. Now the one who received the one talent also came up and said, "Master, I knew you were a hard man, repeating what you did not sow and gathering what you did not gather seed." Wow, ignorant, ain't he? And I was afraid, so I went away and hid your talent. The grind do a damn thing with it. I'm a king, but I got the book. I got the book you gave me. I ain't do a damn thing with it. See, you still have. I hear the book. Here's the book you gave me. Here it is back. What the hell I want the book back for? You're supposed to use that book to learn how to transmit this information. What the hell I want it back for? Well, I'm gonna give you a book back. Well, yeah, you're supposed to do something with it. I gave you to do something with it. Not be given back to me. Not be reciting and reflecting. But now said, "You worthless, lazy slave." Ooh. Did you know that I reap where I did not sow and gather where I did not scatter seed? Really? That's what you think? Right? Then you had to put my money in the bank and my rival, whatever. You should invest some else. You didn't get it. Why didn't you get some else to learn it? Something, you did something with it. You ain't doing a goddamn thing with it. You just hid it. Why didn't you try to teach somebody else? If you didn't want to do it, why didn't you give somebody else? Invest it. Therefore, take the talent away. He took talent away from him, took the book away from him, and give it to someone else. See? And for everyone who has more shall be given, who will have an abundance. But the one who does not, in other words, the one who don't do anything with it, everything got taken away from him. But he shall be taken away, even what he does have. In other words, even everything he has, even everything is taken away from him. That's why you read that carefully. And throw the worst slaves out of darkness, and that place be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Remember that? I keep saying, we were gnashing of teeth. You want to throw in the furnace? We were not. There was the kings, and their people depended upon them. Their kings, they talked their people into come. Remember, there was the kings, and they brought their people into the tribe of Shabbat. And they said, okay. They convinced the people they should part of this. Go to hard costs and everything else. They convinced the people, and they said, okay, I'm gonna be with you. We're gonna get through this now. I'll be with you. Make sure you get information you need. You see? And then when the time comes, when the shit hit the fan, not only they don't do it, but they cause all their people to die. Because they don't transmit it to the heart and everything. Then that whole thing goes, because I said we have to reconstruct ourselves. So the tribe of Shabbat, reconstruct ourselves. So instead of just being the brain, Restore ourselves to be hard and everything. So we have that. And the Levi's just gone. So you put us all through this, and then you didn't step up. We went through you with all this hard costs and everything. 1,000 years we with you. And you said you're just going to be right there, the king, so you get information we need to know. You already failed us because you sucked with that damn Farrakhan. After Elijah came and then you still, because you didn't stamp on that one. We depend on you to keep us from falling in line for that damn Farrakhan. You fell us on that one. Then you fell us on this mess of the covenant. And now we're going to die in tribulation. Because you're supposed to step up and get information so we know what to do. We don't know what to do because you didn't do a goddamn thing with information to pass on to us. We depend on you. You sold us this, told us to follow. We did. You was the king. And you do a goddamn thing. Now you're going to cause to be destroyed. Now maybe Suleiman, maybe he might come and find somebody to take your place and get us through this, or he might just say, hell with it. Now we're all destroyed. Because of you. You don't want to talk us into spending with them. Think about that one. Understand? This ain't no joke, but right now, they probably think it's a joke. They probably ain't taking it serious. They sitting back and in that womb, hey man, I got me some bread, I got me something in the stove, got some oven, I got me a little honey. See, they think when that's frame up fine, and then all of a sudden that's going to be gone. And then what? And then your people don't know what to do. They're confused and everything else. And you don't know what to do. You don't know what to tell them. You can't tell them, that's what Master Suleiman said. No, they need to know what they need. Those books bring the information together. So they know, so the heart knows what to do. Knows what to do. Everybody knows. Because that's true. That's part of tribulation. To put everything together so it'll be, because right now you're in the Frankenstein mode. Everything's all mixed up. And you don't know what to do because you can't tell them because you don't know. It was dependent upon you. You told them, guarantee them, I'll be there for you. Don't worry, just stick with this. You know, Farrakhan. Yeah, he did a job on you Levites, didn't he? To make war with the saints and overcome. So they couldn't deceive the elect. What's going on? Right? And people they can blame who? Their kings. Their royalty. And when well, after Elijah, how could they do that? Shemaiah had a problem. Okay, I'm ready to go, brothers and sisters. I'm ready to go ahead and allow other things, but that's enough. That's a lot to chew on right there. But I said this is why, you know why? Because they have to be identified. If they can't identify, then Levi's just down the vine. You can't find those two substitute kings, or three maybe. Be done quickly. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, see, wow. Ignorant man. And I was afraid so I would have went into the county graduate.